Emmerich is unfairly labelled a guilty pleasure director. His action films are generally cheesy and big and full of explosions, so we feel embarrassed by our fondness of them and tend to relegate them into the murky waters of good-bad viewing. Indeed, Independence Day Resurgence is packed so full of cheese, explosions, and convenient plot twists it could sink a ship, yet it all adds up to a fun, good old-fashioned disaster pick made with such confidence and heart that it's time we finally blast the guilt into the stratosphere where it belongs. Emmerich is not rewriting his rulebook, rather he's riffing on it with a bigger budget. We open with a bearded and pajama-clad Thomas J. Whitmore, played once again by Bill Pullman, haunted by visions and his well-trod speech that's become the series' calling card. The aliens are returning, believes Whitmore, but this time they'll be bigger, deadlier, and have to contend with double the cast. Consequently, Resurgence is bursting at the seams with characters. Nearly all the supporting cast get a bum deal in terms of screen time, but the leads are just as charming as they were the first time around. This is an all-walks-of-life affair. Jeff Goldblum returns as the Jeff Goldblum-esque scientist, and Judd Hirsch his comic relief Jewish dad. Charlotte Gainsbourg is the savvy French doctor, while Brad Spiner is also back as the dotty, brackish Oaken, his luscious long grey hair stealing every scene he's in.
Very much so.
In classic Independence Day fashion, the picture isn't complete without a cocky hotshot wanting to prove himself, a role performed with effortless bad boy aplomb by Liam Hemsworth. Hemsworth is Jake Morrison, renegade pilot in the Earth Space Defense Force, a special defense program full of good-looking Top Gun extras, skilled at dogfighting and wielding advanced alien weaponry mastered since the last attack. However, Morrison's status quo is shaken upon the arrival of Dylan DeBro Hillier, played by Jesse Usher, the very serious son of decorated war veteran Stephen Hillier. The class tensions and competition here could have been explored with finesse, but instead there's a rather contrived backstory about Morrison endangering Hillier's life in a past training session, which serves to provide a platform for a predictable rekindling of friendship once the aliens start attacking proper. But no matter, because once the devastation starts, on July 4th of course, Resurgence makes sure that's all you care about. Once again, this is all about a giant mothership leveling cities, but this time the mothership is much, much bigger and the destruction much more grandiose. For a while, Resurgence simply revels in this catastrophic excess, and there's a certain joy mined from watching overly cocky Americans failing to stop the alien force time and time again. It's all great-looking stuff too. This is a cohesive, lived-in world where alien technology is seamlessly interwoven with man-made efforts, and when the war starts proper, the spectacle is entirely believable. The plot, in the meantime, gets gradually more implausible. Like its predecessor, this is a case of swallow it or hate it. But fortunately, there are moments of humor and humanity that help the more ridiculous moments go down easy. The characters in Resurgence don't take themselves too seriously.
Shouldn't we be nervous? Yeah.
And as a result, we care about them in those big life or death, good versus evil moments. As Resurgence builds towards its conclusion, it kickstarts a giddy series of events that culminates in one of the most ridiculous finales in a sci-fi movie in recent years. This is Emmerich firing on all cylinders here, a director who believes nothing is too ostentatious, too implausible, too much, as long as it's fun. And that's Independence Day Resurgence's bottom line. I dare you not to leave the theatre with a guilt-free smile on your face. For more on Independence Day Resurgence, stick with IGN.